Hi guys, so I'm back, and I said I might do a book review, and my one lonely subscriber that really watches all my videos. I think he watches my videos. Um, was like, oh yeah, I looked at intellectual videos or whatever he said. Um, so I was like, cool, yay. So uh I have thingy book review of Shatter Me. And first I want to say I love this book. And so there are a few things I want to be changing for my book reviews. Not that I had anything before. The first thing changing notes. That's what I'm doing today. I never script my videos. That's why they're so horribly bad in bad quality. So usually people either have bad quality or bad videos, and if you have both, then it really sucks. So mine is bad quality today because I did get my computer fixed, the one that has bad quality videos. And yeah, I didn't fix the quality videos, I fixed the screen thingy. So yeah, so this is Shatter Me and script. And another thing I want to change, main thing I want to change besides the scripting, is I have a Nook, as you all can tell. And I didn't, really think of the difference from buying this Nook, like buying this book from on my Nook versus buying it like the hardback version. Like I'm gonna use Matched as a hardback version, and hardback like bang your head, bang other people with it version. You know what I mean? But yesterday I went to Barnes and Noble, and I've had this book finished for almost a week, probably a week. And I was like, and I saw it, and I don't remember hearing any hype. I can see why there's hype because I really like the book, but I'll get on to that in a second. And I saw the hardback version, and it was like hardback, like this hardback. It was this big. It was these big things, but it had this awesome cover, and look at this awesome cover. Oh yeah, and this doesn't really show the full cover. You can see the full cover anywhere, basically, wherever books are sold. So imagine this cover on this book. Isn't it awesome? Like, you have to see it in real life. So I'm gonna have like a new, not really segment, but new thing where I say, do I think I should have bought it on hardback? Yes, I do. It would be $10 more, because usually these books, like new books and stuff like that, are $9 to $11, well, $10 to $11. So yeah, I wish I would have bought it. I spent $10 more, even though I didn't even buy that book, but my mom did. But yeah, so I do wish I would have bought it because I saw it in the bookstore. I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I didn't have that book so I could just buy it and read it again. And on to the book now, besides the awesomeness of the cover. So yes, I believe that you should get it if you have a book collection. It would be a wonderful addition to your book collection. And yeah, especially if you're one of those people who reread books. I read my favorite parts in books, so I don't reread books per se. But yeah, so so the first thing I want to say is this book, I love it. Before this book, I had read one book before, prior to this book, nothing to do with this book, but, I took a long break. I hate my breaks. I hate my book breaks, if you know what I mean. Like, if you read a lot and you just cannot get into a single book. I read this book called The Goddess Test. I gave it 3 stars on my own. Just 3 stars. I like to rate my books even when I don't, rate them on Goodreads or on here. I gave it 3 stars, and I was like, 3 stars is a bad review for me. 4 stars is pretty good. I want to get a book review for 4 stars or more. 4 or 5 stars. And so I saw this book, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And I think I might have, I saw a book review on it by, who is it? I forgot her name. Yeah, I really forget her name. If I remember, I'll put it on the down bar. But so I saw it, and she got it in advanced reader's copy. If that helps you out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get this book. So I'm so glad I did. So first I'm going to read you the synopsis that I have on my shop thingy. Okay. Dark. This is a dark book. You can't touch me, I whisper. I'm lying is what I don't tell him. He can touch me is what I'll never tell him. But things happen when people touch me. Strange things. Bad things. No one knows why Juliet's touch is fatal, but the establishment has plans for her. Plans to use her as a weapon. But Juliet has plans on her own. After a lifetime without freedom, she's finally discovering a strength to fight back for the first time and to find a future with the boy she thought she'd lost forever. Okay, so you can tell this is a good book, right? And it's not like Matched, and Matched is a okay book. I gave it 3 stars, I think. But Matched is like the back. It's like a too good to be true book, and this is like that, except it is too good to be true. It's not like a fake too good to be true book. So, the chapters are regular chapters. There's a lot of chapters, kind of. I don't know. There's a and on my Nook. And okay, so there's 248 pages in real books. I sometimes my Nook does real. My Nook is weird. So yeah, so that, and it starts on page 7 if that helps you. And I just love it. This is the first paragraph. I'm gonna read it to you. I've been locked up for 264 days. I have nothing but a small notebook and a broken pen, and then numbers in my head to keep me company. 1 window, 4 walls, 144 square feet of space, 26 letters in an alphabet. I haven't spoken in 264 days of isolation. So, yeah, it's really good. See how it caught me? So, and so something that you might have seen when I was showing you this. It's right here. You see these crossing out, right here? This is not an advanced reader's copy. They crossed it out. So it's like, what I really like is, everyone does this, is what they're really feeling, but what they let themselves think. Like say, oh, I think I'm so ugly in the mirror. But then I think, oh, I really like myself. I really like how I blah, blah, blah. What you really think, or what you think, like, I'm not going to get an A on this test. And then you see it, or I'm going to get an A on this test. And then you get an A. Like, it's just like reverse psychology almost, but hers is like different. Or what somebody tells you. She also put like, hey, how was your day? And then she would cross that out. The author would cross that out and say, how was your time or let me see. I am having a hard time creating examples, but someone would say, your mom would say, how was your day at school? Or she would cross that out and translate it to, how was your day in jail? Stuff like that. And that's the thing with this book, is she actually says something like that. It's very humorous in the beginning. And and this is, usually, I'm new to reading books and doing book reviews. But, I actually saw character development a lot in this book. And I haven't before. This is the first book I've seen character development. In the beginning, she was this girl. And how I imagine this girl to be, I imagine her to be my height, even though everyone's taller than me. But she was like, I just imagined her to be so small and so weak and so innocent. And just everything. But by the end of this book, I saw her to be strong and just like, like a bullet could hit her and nothing could happen. Well, Shatter Me is the name of the book. But she was just so strong. And her physical attributes never changed. Like, she never grew armor or something. But just her emotional. And she really had to go through a lot in this book. So I really like this book because of that. And the characters were very convincing. Is that really how someone would see? Like, I saw a lot of myself in her, and her name was Juliet. If I didn't tell you that. And the other guy was Adam. And so I really liked how the characters were convincing. Like, I could see a lot of myself in her because I've had to go through a lot, and she had to go through a lot in the book. And then you saw Adam, the guy, and you could tell he wanted to be with her, but then he couldn't because of all this other stuff. And there is one part of the book where the villain told a lie to her, and I actually started to believe it, even though you weren't supposed to believe it. I kind of believed it. So they were very, very convincing. And another thing I liked, it wasn't just about romance. This book had everything. Like, I was looking at the reviews and somebody compared it to X-Men. And, oh yeah, and it is a dystopian novel. And I'm new to dystopians, and I love them. I love them to pieces. But yeah, so it was just, there, for a couple chapters, there was just this scene of an X-Men movie, and I am not an action type person at all, but I found it like I was clinging onto the Nook, and yeah, and I also like that Adam has a little brother named James that you meet later in the book, in the middle of the book, I guess, and he is so darn cute. Like, I love little kids, and he was like the cutest. I could so see like a little kid, like he was like 10, and the girl, and when Juliet met him, this is actually a line from the book. She said, "How old are you?" And he said, "I'll be 11 in 1 year." And she's like, "So you're 10?" And he says, "I'll be 12 in 2 years." So I kind of like that, a kid always wants to be older than they really are. But there's one minor thing I didn't like in the book. One minor thing. Okay. So at the very end, I don't want to spoil the end, but kind of has to be. There's this really good guy that you meet at the end. He's not really even that big part of the story, but he kind of is. He's basically a good doctor. And his name is Winston, I think. Yeah, his name is Winston. And in the very beginning, not very beginning, pretty much beginning, you meet the bad guy. And his name is Warner. And isn't Winston and Warner so close? Like, I saw a W word and I was like, wait, who is that? Who is that? And so I just didn't get that. So you might, if you read it, you might, want to get that. Winston, Warner, which is which. So, yeah. So that's all I have to say. I love this book. Again, this book. Go out and buy it, even if you just buy it, the Nook version or the Kindle version or whatever ebook. And I don't think I'll do a review on the Goddess Test because I read it. It's not a long time ago, but I read it a couple books ago. And I can't remember books, like what I read in books, enough to give a review of it. So my next review, if I do a review, will probably be Shiver. And I'm about a little over halfway through. Yeah. I'm on page 155 out of 300. So it's pretty good. It's not like the edge of my seat good. So I think I'll probably give it 4 stars. I'm not sure yet, but it looks like the ending's super good, which can change my whole view of the book. Um, it's pretty much gonna get 4 stars. So yes, and oh yeah, and Trevor is a trilogy. I think, yeah. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Happy reading and adios. Oh wait, and if you watch this whole video, um, say cat. So yeah, bye. Cat. See.